everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Eskow.
Jeff
Doing my time. Doing my time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Ascow and Sean Mann.
Hey, 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 welcome to Sports World Radio. Glad everybody's here. We got a jam-packed show for you guys. Lots and lots to get to. The Friday edition of Sports World Radio. We're going to have a lot of fun today here at Sports World Radio. We got a lot to talk about. The gang got together last night. We'll get into that in a little bit. I want to get all the particulars out of the way right now. This way we'll get everything out. I'm having a little throat problem this afternoon or this evening for some of you who are on the East Coast. It's still the afternoon for me. I just woke up about an hour and a half ago, so I'm still trying to clear my throat. But I will fight through it just like I do each and every day here at Sports World Radio. Glad to have everybody with us. SportsWorldRadio.com is the place to listen to us. If you want to come and hang out in our chat room, we're over at Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. Come and hang out over there. All you got to do is get yourself a free account. Type in Sports World Radio. At the bottom of your screen, the show will appear. Click the bubble to the right. Chat room will open up, and you can start typing away. We got a nice duel going on in the chat room right now between Sean and Josh, the program director and producer of the show. We'll get into that when we start the show off as well. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. That's Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. While you're doing that, you might as well head on over to Twitter. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio. 619-663-3715. That's 619-663-3715 is the number to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. SWRshow@gmail.com. SWRshow@gmail.com is our email address to send us an email if you want to ask a question or give us a call or come in the chat room. Either way, it don't matter. Hey, now that all the particulars out of the way, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, our good friend. He's been with me for 6+ years. Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff, and welcome everybody to the Friday edition of Sports World Radio on December 12th, 2014, 6:06 p.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 3:06 p.m. on the West. The weather right now, very cloudy and very rainy and wet. Chance of snow, not this weekend, but probably next week. So anyway, doing well, Jeff. How are you? And I know the weather is nice in sunny San Diego.
Actually, it's not that nice, my friend.
Guess is wrong then.
Yeah, you guessed damn wrong. You damn right you guessed wrong, because what's going on here is I woke up to a black sky. We had some rain over the night.
I'm glad I sent some rain down. It needed it.
Screw you. And the horse you rode in on. How about
I'm the
that?
weatherman.
I know. How about that? Screw you and the horse you rode in on. You like that there, buddy? You like that there,
Yeah,
buddy?
just like last night. Oh, yeah, it was just pick on Sean. Now it's back to doing the same old crap. Give me a break.
Why not pick on Sean? It's fun picking on Sean.
Sure, yeah, it's fun picking on Sean. Oh, yeah, I'm always used to it.
It is fun picking on Sean. Come on, why isn't it fun? We were doing it last night. Okay, so here's a little teaser. Last night,
Oh, jeez.
I guess Josh and Sean had a bet going, and Josh won. So Sean was taking down his Boston Bruins stuff off his wall and putting it away. And they were on Skype, so they decided to call me. So I can watch this debacle. So I was watching Sean take his crap off the wall. It was kind of fun. And then they decided to bring in Nicholas. So we got Nicholas. Nicholas is watching Sean, and we're all sitting there making fun of Sean while he's taking his crap off the wall. And then, lo and behold, they decided to bring in Ron Gallo. We were having a sports show without doing a sports show last night. I wish somebody was, I wish somebody was recording that last night, because that was a sports show all in itself. We were talking about a lot of things last night, weren't we, buddy?
Oh, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What, you didn't have fun last night?
I did, but everybody came after me too hard, don't you think?
No, not at all. Not one bit. You're the one who freaking lost the bet. And if you're not careful, you're going to lose another one.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see about that, Jeff. The chances for the Knicks winning are
slim
not very
tonight.
good.
They suck. Speaking of the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony is getting ready to waive his no-trade clause. How about that, Mapples, right there? But who's going to take him with a bum knee? He's going to have surgery.
Celtics use him.
Celtics can use him. You're a schmuck. They're getting younger, not older. They're getting younger, not older. So we were like having a mini Sports World Radio show last night on Skype. The four of us. The only person I was missing last night was the big wind, Frank Sprankle.
Oh, he'll see it next week. Lovely.
He was the only one that was missing. So tomorrow night's show, don't forget, tomorrow night's show, NFL Real Talk, 9 p.m. on the East, 6 p.m. on the West, on SportsWorldRadio.com. Go check us out. We're going to give all our picks for the rest of the games in the NFL, all Sunday games and the Monday night games. So join us at 9 p.m. tomorrow night right here on Sports World Radio for NFL Real Talk. All right, Sean, first topic of the day, and I have a feeling I know what it's going to be.
All right, the first story that we get to, let's go to the NFL game. What an ugly game this was. Josh and I just Skyped about this about a few hours ago. We talked about it. Arizona wins 12-6 against the St. Louis Rams. Ugly.
There was a game last night?
There was a game, and for the Cardinals, they needed it. I got a point in the NFL Pick'em last night as the Cardinals win and go to 11-3.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Cardinals lost Stanton last night. Who's going to be their next quarterback? You?
Search me.
They're done. Who are they going to go and get? Kurt Warner?
Kurt Warner coming back to the Cardinals? Heck no.
Who are they going to go and get? Brett Favre?
Nope.
Who are they going to have as their quarterback?
They probably say, Stanton was probably not that bad, but Lindley would be a possibility. But here's Stanton's numbers. 12 of 20, 109 yards, no touchdown passes, no interceptions. Hill for the Rams was 20 of 39, 229 yards, 0 touchdown passes, 1 INT. But it was an ugly game. It was nothing but field goals in this football game.
Look at Josh out there. Donovan McNabb, Rex Grossman. They got a problem. Tim Tebow.
How about that? Tim Tebow.
They got a problem, don't they? Vince Young. There's a lot of quarterbacks sitting outside the league, ain't there?
Yep.
All those quarterbacks he just named aren't even in the NFL. David Garrard. David Garrard, journeyman quarterback at best as far as I'm concerned. You know I can't stand that guy as a quarterback. That would be the ultimate betrayal.
And how big of a game was this for Arizona? They knew that they needed to win this. Now they have a 2-game lead, and they'll be watching to see what the Seattle Seahawks do against the San Francisco 49ers, and that'll be a big game that we talk about for NFL Real Talk tomorrow night.
Tim Couch, Mark Burnell, Trent Dilfer. Okay, you can forget about Trent Dilfer. I wouldn't be shocked if Mark Burnell goes. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Jeez.
Tim Couch is on the couch chilling out. David Garrard's doing God knows what the hell he's doing. Vince Young is not doing nothing. Tim Tebow's doing his thing for ESPN. Brady Quinn. See, that's freaking hysterical, man. There's a lot of quarterbacks. And if they expect to make the playoffs, they better decide on really quick on what they're going to do. Because they have a serious problem. And how far, let me ask you a question, Josh. Is Palmer done for the season? Or if they get into the playoffs and get a bye week, is he able to come back?
For Arizona? That's
Yeah.
a question.
Does anybody know the answer to that question? Because Arizona's got a problem. Arizona's got a major problem, and it's a good thing that they won. It was an ugly game last night, from what I understand.
It certainly was. It wasn't a game that was very easy for the Arizona Cardinals, and they had to hold them on 4th down and 3, and they were able to hold off a St. Louis team that has beaten some of the best teams this year. And now the Cardinals have to get ready for the Seahawks, a Sunday night game, December 21st.
I picked the Cardinals. I picked the St. Louis Rams to win that game. Thanks a lot, you bastards.
I liked it. I gained a point.
I liked it. I gained a point. I liked it. I gained a point. Yeah, shut up. We were busting your chops so bad last night. It was beautiful.
You were busting my chops, but you know what?
What?
I can take it. You can dish it out, and I can take it, and I can give it right back to you.
I don't know. You were whining like a bitch last night. I don't
Oh,
know.
bull crap. I wasn't whining at all. I took it well.
You were whining like a little bitch. I gotta take my stuff down. I love the painting. I gotta put this crap on face. You know, Josh really screwed you. I hate to tell you that.
Josh didn't screw me. It's just the Bruins didn't play well. He
Well,
was
actually,
lucky
you know
to
what?
see that the
Yeah,
Blackhawks won last night.
You're kind of right. I have to rephrase that. You screwed you by making the bet and losing, but Josh screwed you by giving all those wacky freaking pictures to you.
Well, you screwed yourself, Jeff, with taking the bet against me between the Patriots and the Chargers.
I like the picture that I have on my account. I'm just hoping that Facebook doesn't kill my account for having a picture like that on there. We'll be right back after this quick break. You're listening to Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear, and do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Josh is really digging into the old quarterback bag over there. He's really going back in time. Ryan Leaf could actually, Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann here, Sports World Radio. Ryan Leaf could actually use a job because he just got released from jail. So, Josh, he could actually use the job. All right, so before we went to break, we were talking about...
We're talking about Arizona moving to 11-3 and beating the St. Louis Rams. Here's another story to get to. The next one, Jeff, NFL, Minnesota Vikings. Well, actually, former Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson lost his appeal of his suspension for violating terms of the NFL's personnel conduct policy. The league announced Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I saw that. Now, let me ask you a question. Okay? And this is for everybody that's listening to the show. Adrian Peterson lost his appeal. Now they're thinking about Adrian's taking it to the next higher level, whatever that is, grand jury or whatever the heck it is. I don't have the article in front of me, but I saw it earlier. Hey, how many games are left in the season?
There's a total of 3 games left.
By the time you get done with all this crap, the season's going to be over. There's only 3 games left. How much football are you going to play?
None.
Even if the arbitrator, seriously, even if the arbitrator said, okay, you know what? We disagree. Your appeal has been granted. You could go back and play. There's 3 games left. Are you really going to be playing? No. So what's the freaking big deal? You're not going to play anyway, even if the arbitrator agreed with you.
I'd say the best thing to do, Jeff, with Adrian Peterson, if I were him, I'd just wait until April 15th. That's the day he can get reinstated and come back to the NFL.
Yeah, well, that's it now. But if he was allowed to play, he's not going to play anyway. There's only 3 games left. He's not in football shape.
No, he hasn't worked out. He hasn't been in shape. He's been under a lot of pressure.
So even if the arbitrator said, you know what? I'm granting you permission to play. He denied, the appeal was denied. So even if he granted the appeal and said, your appeal is granted, you could go back and play in the NFL. There's 3 games left. He's not going to play anyway. So what's the damn difference? The difference is he's not going to be getting paid either. If the appeal wasn't denied and the appeal went through, he'd be getting paid. But since it got denied, he's not getting paid either. But still, he's not going to freaking play anyway.
And I even said that. Just drop the case, Adrian Peterson. Wait till April 15th. Then your time will come and some other team will come out there and make the move to bring you into the NFL. The decision issued by arbitrator Harold Henderson is being contested by the players' union, which issued a statement immediately after the ruling that said, quote, the NFLPA expected this outcome, given the hearing officer's relationship and financial ties to the NFL. The decision itself ignores the facts, the evidence, and the collective bargaining agreement. This decision also represents the NFL's repeated failure to adhere to due process and confirms its inconsistent treatment of players.
So in other words, the Players Association agrees with a child abuser.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But that don't sound copacetic, does it?
No.
Or am I missing something here?
Not sure, but I can say this, that with what's gone on with Adrian Peterson, as we're 21 minutes after the hour, I can say that it's been just nothing but a disastrous situation for him and what he's dealt with during this season when NFL players are enjoying their time playing on the field rather than Peterson, who's off the field trying to battle the NFL to get back in sooner.
Yeah, that's not copacetic. I'm telling you that right now. And if there's only 3 games left anyway, it's not like he's gonna excuse me, it's not like he's gonna excuse me, it's not like he's going to be playing anyway.
Josh, to answer your question, that's a good one, buddy. Where does he and Ray Rice go next year? I'll tell you one place that Ray Rice and Adrian, actually 2 places, 2 destinations.
Oakland and Dallas.
Yep, just answer my question, Jeff.
I read your mind just like you read mine. Oakland and Dallas.
Because with Dallas, Jerry Jones has dealt with the players that have got themselves in mischief.
Well, Jerry Jones is already, and Adrian Peterson and Jerry Jones have talked on the phone, so you know this might happen. He might go there, even though they have a really killer running back to begin with. Dallas.
Yeah, with DeMarco Murray.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll use Adrian Peterson as a decoy, or maybe they'll use DeMarco Murray as a decoy, or maybe they'll use both, and who knows?
Josh goes.
Look, I say San Diego and Denver, they need running back. San Diego's got a running back. He's just been hurt for 7 weeks. But they have a running back.
It's a big decision, too, with whatever NFL team is interested with him. But the NFL has to be ashamed of themselves because, and especially Roger Goodell, since we talked about yesterday on the show, Jeff, that the NFL is trying to make it an effort to handle the situation with domestic violence, trying to figure out that they can try to improve it and make sure that they can correct it because Goodell did a horrible job.
He did a horrible job. And now he's
He did.
trying to save face and with this arbitration and the arbitrator. But you know who appointed the arbitrator, right? Roger Goodell.
Yep.
So he still had a hand in it.
Still had a hand in it.
Yeah.
And with Roger Goodell, yeah, he definitely learned a lesson because he handled it poorly during the off season. And here he was dealing this when the NFL season was ongoing with the Ray Rice situation and Adrian Peterson. And at times I had to shut the TV off because I was getting so tired of it back in September. So I'm glad that the NFL owners and the NFLPA kind of worked out some issues about how they can handle NFL players who get busted for domestic violence. And hopefully with Ray Rice, just learn your lesson and never do it again. And otherwise, you do it again, people are going to realize you're not a true football player.
He's not a true human being.
Yeah.
That's what it really comes down to, right?
Yeah. So learn the difference between right and wrong, both Adrian Peterson and Ray Rice.
Okay, so coming up after our second break in a little bit, Sean and I are going to do our NBA elimination game. We're going to each eliminate 6 teams this week. And then in the second hour of the show, I believe right after the first break in the second hour of the show, we're going to bring in our program director and producer, Josh Lopez, in. He's gonna come in. I think he's got Josh's questions for us today. And also, since there is a pay-per-view wrestling match, WWE pay-per-view event on Sunday, Josh and I are big wrestling fans, and I have been longer. I've been a wrestling fan longer than Josh and Sean have been alive. We're gonna talk some wrestling, me and Josh, and Sean's just gonna sit there and go, So we're gonna have some fun with that today, as well. So get tuned, get ready for all the happenings here on Sports World Radio today. And don't forget about tomorrow's show, 9 p.m. on the East, 6 p.m. on the West. NFL Real Talk, where the 4 of us will pick the rest of the games. Myself, Sean, Josh, and Frank. Going to be a lot of fun.
The next topic we have at 26 minutes after the hour, Jeff, you talked about the Knicks. I was going to get into this story about Carmelo Anthony on Friday. Mark Berman of the New York Post reported that the Knicks scoring forward Carmelo Anthony would be amendable to waiving his, like you said, the no-trade clause if it meant greasing the wheels for a potential trade to a better team.
Everybody raise your hand who didn't see this one coming. Is your hand up, Sean?
My hand is up.
My hand is not up. As I saw this coming before it even started to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. Listen, I don't think Phil Jackson really wants Carmelo Anthony on that team. I don't think he really does. And personally, I think he's going to trade him and get up there in the top 5 pick and get a freaking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the decision, this has been bad
Sean,
because the Knicks are having a disastrous season.
Well, you know what?
Players
Let him
not
have
happy with Carmelo
Hey,
Anthony.
Sean, let him have the freaking crappy season, or whatever you said. Let him have that season. They'll get the number 1 pick in the freaking NBA. Who cares?
Yeah, and like you even said, Jeff, that did everybody expect that the Knicks were expected to be so good this year? No. Phil Jackson knows this. He knows it's going to take time. He knows he needs to add pieces, and he'll do that. And then he'll make sure that Derek Fisher runs that triangle offense the way Jackson did so effectively in Chicago and Los Angeles.
And personally, if Carmelo Anthony's knee needs surgery, there's no way they're going to be able to trade him. No way.
And quite frankly, I don't see Phil Jackson even looking at trading Anthony, because you got to remember this past summer is when after Jackson got hired, who did Phil Jackson visit? Carmelo Anthony, because he was trying to work things out.
Doesn't matter, Sean. If Carmelo Anthony wants to trade, he's going to get traded. Doesn't matter what Phil Jackson wants. If Carmelo Anthony wants to trade, he's going to get traded. And personally, I don't think Phil Jackson wanted him on the team.
You forgot. Well, he goes, that's right. It's only been 5 months since Carmelo Anthony signed a 5-year and more than $124 million contract with the New York Knicks, committing to the team's rebuilding process.
No, I don't think he's committed to the team's rebuilding process. I think he's committed to his freaking damn money. He got his money. Now trade me to a team that's worth a damn.
True.
How about that? I'm going to say it in plain freaking English where everybody else is beating around the bush about it. I think he wanted to get his money. He got his money. Now I think he's doing this to get a freaking trade because he got his money. Now he wants to go trade to a good team. And if Phil Jackson is smart, get rid of his ass, and you know what you get? You get freaking draft picks in return. Lots and lots of draft picks, and you rebuild. And then you tank the season and you get the number 1 pick. Done.
That's done. Yep.
How come I'm the only one that can see this? I saw it coming a mile a freaking way. A mile away.
Uncertain.
On that note, we're going to run to our second commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Man on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Millionaires are being made worldwide, all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central,
figure that out for yourself.
There you go. Okay, so we're changing some things around here. We normally do the Skippy Bash Hour at this time, and we're going to continue that. We're going to move the elimination game, NBA elimination game, back a segment. So let's get into the Skippy Bashing Hour.
It's the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour with 33 minutes after the hour. Skippy Bayless came out today and said, Somehow, some way, I believe the Cowboys 6-0 on the road will win at Philly and win the NFC East. Romo's road quarterback rating, 88, by far the NFL's best.
They've been playing pretty good on the road. They haven't lost yet this year, right?
That's right, undefeated. They have not lost.
So they're going to get their first loss this week on the road.
And then you know Skippy's not going to be happy about that.
Of course not. Why should he be?
Skippy Bayless said, get ready, said, my San Diego Chargers will beat the Denver Broncos.
He just jinxed freaking Chargers, didn't he? Didn't
Pretty
he?
much.
He just jinxed the damn Chargers, didn't he?
My Chargers, my.
I know, I hate that. My. I got your my right here, bitch.
Skippy Bayless said that my New England Patriots will beat the Miami Dolphins.
My New England Patriots will beat the Miami Dolphins.
Skippy Bayless said that Charles Barkley should coach the Los Angeles Lakers.
Charles Barkley should coach the Los Angeles Lakers. You know what? He's got Charles Barkley coaching everybody. The Knicks, the Lakers, the Cavaliers, everybody. What the hell? Dude, you can only coach one team at a time. Pick one and stick with it, you son of a bitch. Unbelievable, right? Am I right?
Right. You can only take one team to coach.
Every day he decides Charles Barkley should coach a different team. Right? He can't keep his mind straight. He changes his mind like a woman changes her tampon when she's on her period. Unbelievable.
Skippy Bayless said that the Los Angeles Lakers are better than my New York Knicks. Uh-oh.
Well, what are the Knicks got a better one? No, Lakers have one more win than the Knicks, right? Lakers have 6, Knicks have 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, right now you're right about that by 1 game. So sit there and shut up.
Actually, by 2 games.
Okay.
Because the Knicks are 4-20. But.
And correct, and the Knicks and Lakers are 6 at whatever the hell they are. 2 games. Thank you for correcting me, you freaking son of a bitch. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They both suck. They both suck.
My Lakers are better than my New York Knicks.
Yeah.
The Lakers are.
I'm sure. My Lakers. Is that what he said? My Lakers are better than my New York Knicks?
Actually, no. He said the Los Angeles Lakers are better than my New York Knicks.
He's not a New York Knicks fan. They're not your New York Knicks. If anything, they're mine, and I don't even call them mine. I've been a New York Knicks fan since I'm freaking 3 years old, dude. What the hell's the matter with you? I'm freaking 49. I'm gonna be 49 in March, you dumbass.
Skippy Bayless said that Carmelo Anthony should have went to Chicago Bulls.
How old is Skip Bayless?
He's in his 50s.
I'm not too much younger than you there, Skip, and I've probably been a Knicks fan longer than you have. So shut up.
And he said that Carmelo Anthony should have went to the Chicago Bulls.
Carmelo Anthony went to the He's going to end up at the Chicago Bulls. Don't worry about it. He's going to end up there because it's going to be a trade. I will not be shocked if if Carmelo Anthony is now at the Knicks at the end of the season. Or even by the All-Star break. If he has to have surgery, you can forget about it. If he doesn't need surgery and can play and he's okay, somebody will take him. Watch.
Josh says Skip Bayless is 63 years old.
No, he's not 63. He can't be 63.
There's no way.
No way. He can't be 63. It can't happen. He can't be 63.
Yes, he is. Born December 4th, 1951. 63 years old. He just turned 63 a few weeks ago.
Okay, so in other words, he's 2 years away from 65, which is retirement, right?
Yeah.
So we only have to deal with him for another 2 years?
Yeah, but Skippy would probably say, I got plenty in the tank to get my sports perspective for years to come.
Doesn't matter. You're 65. Get the hell out of here. You're a senior citizen. You're retired. Move on, Junior.
He says, yeah, but I'm making my millions of dollars. What's your point?
I don't want to hear you on the radio. You're retired. Get the hell out of here. You old
Skippy
fart.
Bayless said that my Boston Bruins let him down yesterday. Since when did you ever become a hockey fan? You know what? He rarely talks about hockey. I don't hear him say very much about the NHL.
Listen, you old fart. That's what I'm calling him from now on. Listen, you old fart. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're supposed to be a broadcast journalist. You're right, and they're supposed to be neutral. You're the most biased sports journalist I've ever met in my life.
Skippy Bayless said that he will be in Philadelphia to watch my Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles.
Double A. Double A. I hope you're going to that game and you need to find him. Double A, I'm giving you a mission. I need you to find Skip Bayless at that football game and tell him that his ass better come on Sports World Radio, that you tell him that he found a sports broadcaster that wants to debate him.
A 63-year-old.
I wanted to, yeah, the 49-year-old wants to debate the 63-year-old, and I'm going to make the 63-year-old crap in his pants, so he better wear diapers. He better have his Depends on.
Skippy Bayless said that my San Diego Chargers better win.
I will debate him any day of the week, you tell him, Double A. Any day of the week. Freaking hump.
And he said that my San Diego Chargers better win on Sunday.
It's the last home game ever in Qualcomm. Could be the last game that San Diego Chargers play in Qualcomm Stadium.
That's right.
Because they have no contract for next year. And they can move anytime they want, the Chargers. And the city of San Diego's having a hell of a time getting them a new stadium.
Skippy Bayless said that Phil Jackson sucks as a president.
No. The team sucks. They can't... Listen, you schmuck. I'm going to put it to you in plain English, and even you should know this as a sports broadcaster. You say you're a sports broadcaster? Then you should know this. They can't do anything because they have no money to do anything with, because they're right up on the cap. They can't do crap. Next year, when they have a ton of money, then they'll be able to do something. So shut up.
Skippy Bayless said that the Boston Celtics will beat my New York Knicks tonight.
No, they won't. See? Then really, see? You just proved to yourself that you're really not a New York Knicks fan. You said the Boston Celtics will beat my New York Knicks. Well, if you're a true New York Knicks fan like I am, you will say, no, that won't happen.
Skippy Bayless said that LeBron James is the greatest athlete of all time.
I can name 5 that are better than him right off the top of my head.
You probably would say, who? Who can you name for 5 that are better than him?
Tiger Woods. Michael Jordan. You really want me to keep going?
Nope, you got the good list there. And then Skippy would probably be quiet right there.
You really want me to keep going?
You proved your point. Skippy Bayless said that last night's football game was the best of the year.
The only sport I see LeBron James playing in is basketball. Michael at least attempted to play baseball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I don't think LeBron James is the best sports guy out there.
He probably would debate you and say, hey, the guy's won 2 NBA championships, and the guy's a legend.
Big deal. Michael Jordan never lost the freaking finals. Big deal.
Skippy Bayless said that last night's football game was the best of the year.
You're an idiot. It just shows you how much of an idiot you're. 12-6? 12. That's the best game of the 12-6? What are you, a freaking moron? No offense. No offense. Was there a touchdown scored in this game?
No, none.
All field goals, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great football game there. You're an idiot.
Skippy Bayless said that my New York Knicks should skip the rest of the season's games this season. They should just forget about this season.
You're a schmuck. Stupid. My New York Knicks, you miss the rest. You're an idiot. That just shows the world how much of a moron you really are.
Skippy Bayless said that Don Shula can learn something from Jason Garrett.
Shut up, you! How about Jason Garrett can learn something from Don Shula? How about that, you schmuck?
He probably would say the guy could teach Don Shula about what it's like to win championship football games.
What are you, an idiot? He hasn't won one! You're an idiot.
And he's the one that said Jason Garrett deserves Coach of the Year this year.
You're an idiot. You know who deserves Coach of the Year?
The Cardinals coach.
Damn Skippy, because the guy doesn't have a starting quarterback. He's playing a revolving door with his quarterback, and they're still winning. That's who the Coach of the Year is right there.
Skippy Bayless said that the San Diego Chargers should sign Adrian Peterson.
No, get the hell out of here. Hey, listen, the San Diego Chargers have enough problems of their own trying to figure out where they're going to be spending their next 40 years playing their football, let alone trying to bring in a convict. Okay?
Skippy Bayless said this, Jeff. He came out today and said that the NFL should have 16 games in London, England.
You're an idiot. I'll tell you what. Why don't you follow the team that's in London? ESPN? If NFL has a team in London, I want you to give that team that assignment to Skippy Bayless. So he has to travel with the team. I want to see how much he's going to enjoy that. And then he'll be like, oh, this is crazy. This is stupid. Damn right it is. What's next?
And on that note, I got some more, but we got to run to our update.
Our first update. This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today. They make great stocking stuffers. And guess what? You never ever have to touch your toilet seat ever again to lift it or lower it. Ladies, I know you're sick and tired of going into the bathroom after your men in your life have been in there and they leave the toilet seat up and you got to go grab it with your hand and put it down. Well, have no fear. The Flipper is here. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today. It attaches to the underside of your toilet seat so you never ever have to touch your toilet seat to flip it up or flip it down. It's called The Flipper at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
NBA, tonight's action. Trailblazers at the Bulls. That game is on ESPN, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 4 p.m. Pacific. Clippers at the Wizards. Magic at Hawks. Knicks at Celtics. 76ers at Nets. Pacers at Raptors. Hornets at Grizzlies. Thunder at Timberwolves. Cavaliers at Pelicans. Pistons at Suns. Heat at Jazz. And the other game on ESPN concluding the Trailblazers and the Bulls, that will be the Lakers at the Spurs. In the National Hockey League, here are the games that we have right now, 4 of them for tonight. Flames at the Penguins, Kings at Canadiens, Panthers at Red Wings, Ducks at the Oilers. In the NFL, the big news, of course, coming that Adrian Peterson pretty much will not be reinstated. The ban has been upheld. He will have to wait till April 15th to be reinstated. In the NFL, too, last night, a game that was pretty ugly. Wasn't very much scoring. 12-6, the Cardinals over the St. Louis Rams. And on that note, we have to go to a commercial break. This update was brought to you by The Flipper at flipperflipper.com. Be right back after this commercial break.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Glad everybody could be hanging out with us today. We got so much to get to and so little time to get to it. We are in the middle of our Skip Bayless Bash Hour. All right, what do you got left, Sean?
Skippy Bayless said that the Super Bowl should be at Jerry World every year in Dallas.
Of course, because you're in bed with Jerry, so why not say that?
He also added this. Skippy Bayless said that Jerry Jones deserves a Nobel Peace Prize award.
No, he doesn't. No, well, for what?
Because he probably would say because of all the success. He won 3 Super Bowls. He turned the Cowboys around in the 90s.
He hasn't done crap the last 5 years. He hasn't done crap in the last 5 years. Seriously? You're an idiot.
And he says that he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize award.
You deserve the Dumbass Award. That's what you deserve, Skip. The Dumbass of the Year award.
Skippy Bayless said that my New England Patriots will take on my Dallas Cowboys in the next 3 Super Bowls.
See, he's changed his mind again.
Yep.
Yesterday he was calling for Dallas and Cleveland in the Super Bowl. Today he says it's going to be Dallas and the Pats. This guy's unstinking believable.
And the next 3 upcoming Super Bowls.
If you really think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to get through the Green Bay Packers, you got another freaking thing coming, you jackass.
And when that happens, and when the Cowboys lose and get bounced out of the playoffs or get knocked out in December, I wonder what Jeff will be saying. He'll be laughing in your face.
Unbelievable.
Skippy Bayless said that TD Bank North Garden in Boston deserves to be torn down. Okay, and then where are the Bruins and the Celtics supposed to play? Good grief.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
Skippy Bayless said this, that Derek Fisher should have never became an NBA head coach for the New York Knicks.
Hey, you know what? That's easy for you to say in hindsight. Hindsight's 20/20, jackass.
Bayless said that the Broncos...
Yeah, but Sean, it's not going to matter who the head coach. Even if Phil Jackson was coaching that team, they'd still be crap.
Yeah, and they would realize it would be a work in progress.
That's exactly what they are. They're a major work in progress.
Skippy Bayless said that the Broncos should sign Ray Rice.
Didn't he? Well, he says. What did he see? He said that. Didn't he say that about the Chargers?
Yes.
So now he's saying that about the Broncos.
Yep.
What an idiot. What an idiot. You know? What an idiot.
Skippy Bayless said that Mr. Omaha boy better play good.
He better play good. Is right.
Uh-oh. Skippy Bayless said that Bill Parcells should be an offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys.
No. Bill Parcells would not let... Listen, either he's a head coach or he's nothing. Or he's a GM or he's nothing. Quarterback's coach. Offensive coordinator. What are you, an idiot?
He would probably say, well, he could bring an offensive system there to Dallas, and he could teach Romo more about how to be a good leader and win championships in big football games.
You're an idiot. Because he's not an offensive coordinator. He's a head coach or a GM. You're an idiot. Just shows you how much sports you don't know.
And he won 2 Super Bowls with the New York Football Giants.
Just shows how much of a sports guy you really aren't by making stupid statements like that.
Skippy Bayless said that Carmelo Anthony is the Patrick Ewing of this generation.
Hey, Bazemere. Hey, Bazemere. That's not true. That's not true, because Patrick Ewing played for the Knicks for a long time. And how long has Carmelo been there?
Carmelo has been in the NBA since 2003.
No. How long has he been with the Knicks?
Oh, with the Knicks. Okay, all right, with the Knicks. He's been with the Knicks since 2010.
So he's only been there 4 years. I believe freaking Ewing was there for 10 years, right?
1985 to 2000.
1985 to 2000. So he was there for 15 years. Carmelo's got a long way to go. Shut the hell up.
Patrick Ewing was the one that brought the basketball back to the Knicks, and it was a big night for you, Jeff, because that was the night that Ewing, of course, the Knicks won the first NBA pick in '85, and then they got Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, it was the very first pick in the lottery, very first lottery.
And that ends, ladies and gentlemen, the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. We'll be back with more on Monday with Skippy Bayless.
Thank God. Thank God. I hate that dude so much. Hey, Skip, are you still looking for somebody to debate you? Well, here I am. Here I am. Double A, do me a favor. Go to that freaking game between the Dallas-Philadelphia game. Find Skip Bayless and tell him you know a sports guy that wants to debate him. Anytime, any place.
Anywhere.
Anywhere, anytime, any place, I am there. I'll even come on his show and do it live on the air and make him look like the little bitch that he is. Tell him to get in touch with me. Tell him to send me an email to swrshow@gmail.com. That's swrshow@gmail.com. Hey, speaking of that, listen, if you're hanging out at Sports World Radio, or even if you aren't at sportsworldradio.com, head on over to sportsworldradio.com. At the top there's a donate button or a donate tab. Click the donate tab and donate to Sports World Radio and keep Sports World Radio doing what we like to do here, and that's have fun talking sports. That's what we'd like to do and entertain you guys. So donate and help the cause out and keep us doing what we like to do here at Sports World Radio by hitting that donate button at sportsworldradio.com. All right, Sean, we're going to run to the top of the hour break because we got a lot to get to. So we're going to run to the top of the hour break. When we get back from break, we're going to start our NBA elimination game, and we'll get that going in just after the top of the hour break. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Showman on
Sports World Radio.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Have you ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the Central?
If you live in the Central, figure that out for yourself.
I don't know if they can.
No, they need help if they do.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do.
And the mountains, who knows, and who cares?
You bet your sweet petunias on that one. Okay, so we are getting ready to do our NBA elimination game right now, where Sean and I eliminate normally 3 teams a week, but since we haven't done a couple of Friday shows, we're a little bit behind schedule, we are going to do 6 teams today apiece. So it should be kind of interesting, and it should be a lot of fun. So what do you say, Sean? I got my paper right here. What do you say, Sean, we get started? You go first. You pick your first team.
All right, Jeff, I'm going to start with the Eastern Conference. The first team I'm going to eliminate is a team that has had a disastrous start. They started 0-17. I think you know who that team is, the Philadelphia 76ers.
You're taking out the Philadelphia 76ers, huh?
Yes.
Where's Philadelphia on my list here? There they are, right there. You're taking out the Philadelphia 76ers. Okay. You know what? I'm knocking out my favorite team in the NBA. I'm getting rid of the New York Knicks. Say goodbye. Say goodnight, Gracie. See you later, Irene. So that means that the New York Knicks have been fully eliminated because we both knocked them out already. So that team is gone as well. Your next pick, my friend, because they got no chance this year, the Knicks. None. Zilch. Zippo. So let's say goodnight to Irene to them, and we get rid of them. Your next team.
All right, Western Conference, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Really?
Yep.
Oklahoma City Thunder. You know what that means to Oklahoma? Because I got rid of them last time. That knocks them out totally. They are history. They've been eliminated from the NBA elimination game. We do not think that they are going to win the NBA championship this year. Wow. Some big teams have been eliminated. It's kind of shocking. Okay, my next pick, you know what? I'm going to stay in the East, and I'm knocking out the 76ers as well. They do not have a chance. We'll say goodnight to them, and with me knocking them out, since you just did it too, they have been officially eliminated from the NBA elimination game. We've knocked out a bunch of teams already. I'll go over the list when we're done picking our 6. So far, we picked 2 apiece, and we've knocked out 2 teams. That's pretty damn good, huh, Sean?
It is.
Okay, your third pick, my friend.
Eastern Conference, Detroit Pistons.
You're knocking out the Detroit Pistons. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie here. Let's see. I'm going to go over to the West Conference, and I'm going to get rid of the Utah Jazz. That's the Utah Jazz. Your fourth pick, my friend.
Okay. Western Conference. Denver Nuggets.
The Denver Nuggets are taken out.
Yep.
Taking out the Denver Nuggets. Wow, we're hitting the West pretty hard today, aren't we?
We sure are.
Okay, and on that thought, because we are hitting the West pretty hard, my next team is going to be the Brooklyn Nets.
Ooh.
I'm knocking out the Brooklyn Nets. Sean, your fourth pick, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Or your fifth pick is this?
Yeah, the fifth pick.
Fifth pick.
Eastern Conference. Charlotte Hornets.
Charlotte Hornets have been taken out by Sean. And you know what? My fifth pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I, too, am taking the Charlotte Hornets. Therefore,
Wow.
the Charlotte Hornets have been totally eliminated from the NBA elimination game. Wow. We've got rid of 4 teams in this week. Totally knocked them out so far. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Okay, your sixth and final pick.
All right, Jeff, my last pick. Welcome to the club. You picked the Jazz. I add the Utah Jazz to that list, too.
You're taking the Utah Jazz, right?
Yeah, we're really knocking some teams out in the Western Conference today.
So that completely eliminates the Utah Jazz as well.
Yep.
Holy freaking moly, Batman. Wow. And you know what? My final pick? You're going to love this. You're going to love this, dude. My final pick is the Detroit Pistons.
Oh.
Therefore, we've completely eliminated the Detroit Pistons. So just in today's week alone, we've eliminated the Knicks, the 76ers, the Detroit Pistons, the Charlotte Hornets, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Utah Jazz. We've eliminated 6 teams.
And I can tell you, Jeff, with how quick it went, 5 after the hour, we really did a good job of knocking some teams out from the Western Conference. I was looking at my picks and I said, you know what? I better just knock all these teams that aren't going to be worth a hill of beans.
Okay, you know what? Just so we can catch up really good, let's pick 3 more teams.
Oh my gosh. I got to type out my list.
Okay, I have it on a piece of paper. It's easy for me to do it this way. I just cross them off with red ink, so I know they're completely gone. So far in the elimination game, the Boston Celtics have been eliminated. New York Knicks, eliminated. 76ers, eliminated. Detroit Pistons, eliminated. Charlotte Hornets, eliminated. Cleveland Cavaliers, eliminated. Los Angeles Lakers, eliminated. Oklahoma City Thunder, eliminated. Utah Jazz, eliminated. Wow. What's your next team?
All right, I'm going to stay in the Eastern Conference, and I'm going to take out the Milwaukee Bucks.
The Milwaukee Bucks. Okay. Let me see here, Junior. What do you got rolling here? Okay. I'm going to the West.
Okay.
You're going to like this, Sean. I'm going to the West, and I'm taking the Dallas Mavericks. That completely eliminates them.
You don't think with Dallas that they're going to have a chance to win the finals this year, even though Mark Cuban's team is playing pretty well?
Nope. You've already eliminated them several weeks ago.
Yep.
I'm doing it today, knocking them out. I have my team that I picked. It's already highlighted in yellow. I know who I'm taking. I know who I'm taking. Your next pick.
I'm going to stay in the Eastern Conference, Jeff, and I'm going to eliminate the Indiana Pacers.
Ooh, the Indiana Pacers, huh? Look at you.
Yep.
The Indiana Pacers, huh?
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to stay in the Eastern Conference. And you know what? I, too, am taking the Indiana Pacers. And that completely knocks them out.
Okay, so Jeff went with the Eastern Conference
Pacers
Indiana
as well.
Pacers. Okay.
Your last pick of the day, my friend.
Just want to get yours down. Indiana Pacers. Okay, good. All right, the last one that I go to, Western Conference, I'm taking out the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Taking out the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay.
Josh says, what? The Mavericks? You are nuts!
Done. Out. Get out of here. I got my team picked. I know who I'm taking. Okay. I'm going in the West. And I am taking out the Denver Nuggets.
Ooh.
Which means the Denver Nuggets have been eliminated. Totally. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teams totally eliminated. And I believe we eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams today alone. Sean.
Jeez.
The Knicks, the 76ers, the Pacers, the Pistons, the Hornets, the Mavericks, the Thunder, the Jazz, and the Nuggets. All been eliminated today, according to my paper. How about that?
According to my notes that I have typed on a Word document.
I have it all right here in blue ink, red highlight that crosses the team off, and a yellow highlight that has my yellow highlight team the winner. I already picked the winner at the beginning. I'm ready to rock and roll. So therefore, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 teams to pick from. Right?
Right.
So there you go. How about that? That's our NBA elimination game. You guys are going to eliminate everybody before the All-Star break. Well, that's the thing. I want to be done with making our picks before the playoffs start.
That'd be great.
That's how I want to get done. I want to be done before the playoffs start. And we have holiday coming up where we ain't going to be doing Friday shows. Like next Friday, the 19th,
yep,
it's going to be our last Friday show for 2 weeks. You know? So that's why I did 9 like that. So, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I did what I did. Next Friday is our final Friday show. We'll do 3 teams, and we'll be good to go. And we'll be in January, and then we'll just do 3 teams. We'll be fine. We shall be fine.
And the news for the NBA, since we did our NBA elimination pick, I'm ready to get to a story, Jeff. The Bulls star Derrick Rose feeling healthy and confident. Derrick Rose had that twinkle in his eyes, that same relentless confidence he had when he won the NBA MVP award that seems like an eternity ago. The rhythm is coming back. The comfort level is growing. Rose is beginning to feel like himself again for the Chicago Bulls.
Well, Noah and McDermott are out for the Bulls playing the Blazers tonight.
Big game, and it's actually starting right now. And Josh, I know that you're doing the show and joining us, but I'm sure you're getting ready to watch the game tonight between the Bulls and the Trailblazers and to see how well Derrick Rose does tonight.
Where's that game on?
ESPN.
ESPN?
Yep.
It must be a commercial. It must be a commercial.
ESPN. It's
Oh,
already
there it
started.
is.
It's 4-2 Portland right
There we
now.
go.
The game just started.
There we go. I got the game on TV. There we go. But I don't really care so much about that game. It's the next game I really care about, which is the game that starts in 15 minutes. It's the one that I really care about.
Yeah, and I know exactly what Jeff's ready for that
Right.
one. Knicks at Celtics.
Right. So coming up, we're going to run to our break. Coming up at the other side of this break, we're going to bring in our program director and producer of the show, Josh Lopez. Got Josh's questions, and we got some WWE talk coming because the pay-per-view is Sunday, and Josh and I always talk about the pay-per-view coming up. We give our analysis, our picks for the Friday before the pay-per-view. So we're going to run to a quick commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Escon and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We will be right back.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Stay fire safe this winter. Turn portable heaters off when you go to bed or leave the room. Keep anything that can burn at least 3 feet away. Plug portable heaters directly into wall outlets. Inspect and replace damaged cords, broken outlets, or loose connections. Use portable heaters with an automatic shutoff so that if they tip over, they turn off. Only use portable heaters approved by a recognized testing laboratory. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association's START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
This message brought to you by FEMA. Be fire safe during the holidays. Only use decorations that are non-flammable or flame retardant. Check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear. And do not link more than 3 strands. Never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider using battery-operated flameless candles which look and smell like real candles. If your celebration includes a natural tree, keep it away from any heat source or exit. Water your tree daily to keep it from becoming dry. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov. This message brought to you by FEMA. Home fires occur most often in winter. Keep anything that can catch fire at least 3 feet from heating equipment. And never use an oven to heat your home. Stay in the kitchen when frying, grilling, or broiling food. Turn space heaters off when you leave the room or go to bed. Make sure all vents are clear of snow and ice to allow carbon monoxide to vent outside. Have your furnace, heating system, and chimneys serviced each year by a qualified professional. Learn more at www.usfa.fema.gov.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escon, Sean Mann, and now our good friend, the producer and program director of Sports World Radio, Josh Lopez. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's going on, you rat bastards?
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. I woke up a couple of hours, several hours ago. I'm doing great, you know? How
Doing
much
okay.
more did you ask for? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Yes, sir.
I didn't
Last
ask you
night
how
was a
you were
fun night,
doing,
man.
Sean. I didn't ask you how you were doing, Sean, and you just belted it out. I'm doing all right.
Sean, man, are you still feeling good, or is it still the worst day of your life?
It's still the worst day of his life.
Won't be tonight when Jeff loses another bet to me, and then he's putting up Celtic gear next week.
I'm not putting crap up.
What do you mean? You got to have your part of the bet if you lose, Jeff.
Celtics blow.
Is that why they're 17-time champions?
17. Look, you're still living in the past, right? What have they done for you lately? Not a goddamn thing. Stop living in the past. It's the future. It's 2014. It's not the 1980s or the 1960s.
Okay.
What have they done in the last 3 years? Absolutely nothing. Just like the New York Knicks. Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Live in the present, my friend. How are they playing this year? Like crap, right?
Better than the Knicks.
Still like crap, right?
Yeah.
Okay then, live in the present, not in the past. I know you love the past. I know you're a freaking history buff. I understand that. I know that. But dude, you live in 2014. You don't fucking live in 2022 or 1922. All right? All right, Josh. Are we doing Josh's questions first, right?
Yeah, let's start it off.
You got it, buddy. Do it.
I was thinking about this. I'm gonna do a sports question, a food question because you like food, Jeff, and then a wrestling question before we get to TLC. All right?
All right. You ready, Sean?
You ready, Sean?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go.
The sports question is, if you guys had a dream Super Bowl matchup, what would it be?
A dream Super Bowl matchup?
Yep.
A dream Super Bowl matchup. Well, I kind of got it several years ago when Eli beat the crap out of New England.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. There you go. Talking about the past.
It could be for any teams, today or the past, whatever.
Well, it's got to be the future because we really haven't had it. A dream matchup, huh?
Mm-hmm. Sean, how about you?
Tough choice.
Sean, which sport would you go to? For your dream matchup, which sport would it be in?
Probably MLB.
Baseball, huh?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think I would go with basketball. I would go with basketball.
You got a pick yet, Sean?
It's a tough one. I'm trying to think it through.
My dream matchup, huh?
My dream Super Bowl matchup was the 2000 Ravens against the 1985 Bears.
You know what? I would kind of enjoy it if it was the Giants and the Chargers.
The Giants and the Chargers. That would be your dream matchup,
Yeah, because, hey, I'm in a no-lose situation. Right, Sean?
Yeah.
Think about it. I'm in a no-lose situation. I'm happy if the Giants win. I'm ecstatic if the Giants win, and I'm happy if the Chargers win. So I'm in a no-lose situation, right? I'd have to buy one of those shirts, 3/4 Giant shirts and 1/4 of a Charger shirt.
All right, Sean, let's make this pick so we can get to the next one.
Probably I would say New England and Green Bay.
Okay. Food question.
You can get that this year, Sean.
It's possible.
All right, food question, Jeff. What do you eat on a Super Bowl day?
It depends on where I am. If I'm at my house, normal crap that I don't eat chips or anything like that. Maybe I'll make a hot dog or something, but if I'm at my house, I'll just eat whatever's in the fridge. We don't go out and buy special stuff for Super Bowl. If I'm at a party, then I'm going to eat whatever's at the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How about you, Sean?
It depends, too, where I live. Sometimes if you go to friends, there's always snacks and stuff, but usually I just like to have a Super Bowl dinner like steak.
Interesting.
Wow.
For me, I usually have ribs and KFC. But that's just me. But this last one, this one's going to be exclusive for Jeff, and then I'll ask a different question for Sean.
Josh, hold on a second, Josh. Ribs and KFC?
Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
Ribs and a bucket of KFC?
Yep.
And a slab of ribs?
Yep.
You eat that whole thing?
No, not the whole thing.
I like to see you sit down with a bucket of chicken and a slab of ribs and eat the whole thing.
I'm not Charles Barkley.
I bet you could do it, though.
All right, Jeff, this is a wrestling question designed for you.
Okay.
If you had one dream WrestleMania match, what would it be?
You know, it's funny that you asked me because I've been thinking about that a lot lately. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess a lot of people are saying Sting and The Undertaker. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Is that what you're going with?
I don't know if that's my dream match. I don't know, man. I think my dream match may be Hulk Hogan in his prime against Stone Cold Steve Austin in his prime.
All right. I like that.
I think maybe that would be my dream match.
For me, it would be, man, it's kind of different for me because I started like noticing and getting my knowledge of wrestling after the Attitude Era was over. So I'm more into this generation. I would say Randy Savage against CM Punk.
Randy Savage against CM Punk. That's not a bad match.
Nope, not at all. All right, Sean, this is going to be the last question for me to you. What's your favorite Boston theme movie? Now, remember, this is not documentaries or World Series DVDs. Theme film movies.
Fever Pitch.
Oh, boy. Jimmy Fallon, right?
Is there really any other Boston movie?
Yeah, Fever Pitch.
What's the... Okay, Sean, can you name another one?
Celtic Pride with Dan Aykroyd and...
you're a sneaky bastard, aren't you? What do you got, Netflix up in front of you?
Huh?
What do you got, Netflix up in front of you, you sneaky bastard?
No, I don't have it up at all. I'm just enjoying your picture on Facebook.
You like that, huh? I changed it so I wouldn't get kicked off Facebook. Sean, you're not the only one. 10 other people have liked my picture. Damn Patriot fans. Get the hell out of here. All right, Sean. Josh, what else you got?
That's it. That's 3 questions.
Those are your 3 questions for Sean and I?
Yep.
Okay, so what do you say? We're a little bit early, but I say we do it anyway. We say we run to break, we come back from the other side of the break, and we start getting into TLC's pay-per-view.
All right.
All right, you down with that, Sean?
Sure.
All right, we'll be right back after this quick break. You're listening to Jeff Escott, Sean Mann, and Josh Lopez on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Millionaires are being made worldwide, all season long at DraftKings.com. America's favorite one-week fantasy football website. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments, so you can play whenever you want. You got a player who's hurt? No problem. Injuries won't derail your shot at victory because it's like a new season every week, so you're never stuck with the same players. Pick your team in minutes, and you could be on your way to winning huge cash payoffs. And just this season alone, one lucky listener turned $10 into $5,000, and another turned $2 into $10,000. Plus, we've been crowning new millionaires virtually every week, all season long at DraftKings.com. So you could be next. What are you waiting for? Imagine winning $1 million in one day just for playing fantasy football at DraftKings. Make sure you log on to DraftKings.com right away and use the promo code Spreaker to play for free in the $10 million Fantasy Football World Championships. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires. Don't forget to enter Spreaker at DraftKings.com today. You can't win if you don't play. DraftKings.com. DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
Hey everybody, this is Sky. And when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escott, Sean Mann, and the producer, program director of the damn show, Josh Lopez, with us today. Came in earlier. We did some Josh questions. Now we're going to be talking about, Josh and I like to do this the Friday before a pay-per-view because both of us are big wrestling fans. I've been watching the WWE long before it was called the WWE, when it was called Worldwide Wrestling Federation, when it was WWF. Then they went to WWF. Then they went to WWE. So I've been around a long time. So we do this every Friday before the pay-per-view. We have the TLC pay-per-view, but I noticed they made a little change in that name. TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, and Stairs.
Yep.
Right?
The first ever stairs match. We'll get into that in a couple of minutes.
That's pretty crazy.
This is the last pay-per-view, Jeff, for the year. WWE's heading to 2015. We got the Royal Rumble coming up soon, so the programming should be coming to be better. WrestleMania, of course, is in March in San Francisco. So let's get this bad boy started, shall we?
Get your tickets yet?
No, not yet, man. I'm still looking. It's expensive to go out there for a whole week.
No kidding, dude. Wait till it's down here in San Diego, then you won't have to pay for a hotel room. You stay at my place.
I agree. Let's start off with the pre-show match. We got the new group, The New Day, against Golden Stardust.
Okay. The New Day?
Yeah, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods.
I really want to say The New Day is, and it rhymes with day, but I'm not going to. But The New Day is rainbow flaggish.
I don't know if I would call it rainbow flaggish like Adam Rose, but it might be up there.
Stupid.
This is a new group. I'm trying to give it a chance. I don't really know who they are and why they're here.
Neither do they.
But, yeah, neither do they. Yes, you got a good point there. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna go with the New Day as well.
And who they wrestling?
Golden Stardust.
Okay, that Cody Rhodes has flipped the freaking lid.
He went full Goldust mode.
He went full Stardust mode, didn't he? He took it a step further than his brother does. Right?
Hey, that's some good skills.
That's freaking wacko,
because they got
man.
different mothers, so I'm surprised he was able to do that.
He totally freaking changed his style of wrestling too, didn't he?
Yep. And he changes his face paints here and there.
Yeah, that's freaking wacko. I like watching them wrestling, but I think New Day, I think they're pushing New Day hard. So I think New Day is going to win.
We're not going to go through the order I see here on Wikipedia. We'll go from least important to the main event. We'll start off with Rusev and Swagger for the United States Championship.
Swagger's got to win, right?
I think it's time. I mean, he's been getting some momentum on Raw over the last couple of weeks. I've actually liked the fact that he's getting the better of Rusev. And
although
I get a lot of people complain about, we already seen this already. But how many times did we see rematches during the 80s and 90s?
No, I know.
So it doesn't really matter to me. But I'm going to go with Rusev retaining.
I'd like to see Jack Swagger win, although Jack Swagger got the best of him on Monday Night Raw, which tells me that Rusev's going to win.
It should be interesting back and forth match, but I kind of look at it like a end of the year best of the mid card type of match. So that's why I don't have that much of a problem with it. Let's get into the next one here. Nikki Bella against AJ Lee for the Divas Championship.
I think Nikki Bella retains, AJ loses, and she leaves the WWE.
Do you think AJ just loses and then she goes on the mic and says, "I quit"?
Leaves because I think they're going to have a baby. So she's going to go on maternity leave.
I think Nikki Bella's going to retain. I think this might be a good match. I don't see how AJ Lee, this is going to be her last match, just go out there and poop the bed out there. So I think Nikki Bella's got a little bit better in the ring, but her acting is pretty bad. So it's a hand-in-hand situation for me, but I'm going to go with Nikki Bella.
Or what's going to happen is Brie Bella is going to get involved and help AJ win. and then Brie Bella's gonna go fight AJ, and then Brie Bella's gonna win.
Let's go into one of these first gimmick matches. Now, Jeff, there's last year the TLC pay-per-view, there wasn't that much hardcore matches. This year there's 5 different gimmick matches. We'll start off with the Steel Stairs match. Eric Rowan, Big Red against the Big Show.
That's a big match.
It should be a good match, actually. I'm looking forward to this one.
Those two are gonna beat the living crap out of each other. You know that, right? I don't know why they're making Big Show do what he's doing.
You know what's interesting about this? Even though the millions of times that Big Show has turned from a good guy to a bad guy, I'm actually enjoying this heel run more than the other ones. I mean, he's actually doing bad guy stuff instead of crying every show. So I'm going to go with Eric Rowan. I think Eric Rowan can pick up some momentum since a lot of people think he was the weak link in the Wyatt family. And he's got this thing where you have the character group from Guardians of the Galaxy. So I think that thing could work for him. So I'm going to go with Eric Rowan.
I'd like to see Eric Rowan win too. I don't know what the heck they're doing with Big Show. Maybe he's getting ready to go on vacation or something, and he loses this match and he goes on vacation for a little while. But
do you think WrestleMania will be his last WrestleMania, Jeff?
Who, the Big Show?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I mean, Big Show is one of the most longest reigning active stars on the roster. I'm not saying it's time for him to hang up the boots, but you never know if maybe he just wants to take some time off.
They can't afford to lose a guy like that right now. They don't have a lot of talent. They can't afford to lose a guy like that.
All right. Well, we'll see if this Big Show heel turn run continues to go good. So I wish the best for both of these guys after the show's over. But we'll go with The Miz and Damien Mizdow against the Usos for the tag team titles. Now, Jeff, if you did see this on Raw, The Miz has a Hollywood agent or whatever, and he's been trying to hit on Jimmy Uso's wife, Naomi. So that's where their storyline is intertwining with each other. Mizdow's been awesome, man. That guy is freaking hilarious. Sean, you don't even have to be a wrestling fan, and you can see this guy on TV, and he'll make you laugh. That stunt double stuff is absolutely tremendous. Who you got in this match, Jeff?
I find it ridiculous and stupid.
I think it's funny. He perfects it that damn good.
I find it ridiculous and stupid, but what I find funny is they boo when Miz puts his hands up and they cheer for Mizdow. I find that funny, And eventually, these two are going to go at each other. You know that. They're building up. They're building up to that. You know what's going to happen. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I'm picking the Usos to win the tag team titles, and then the tag team from NXT, the Ascension, will come up to the main roster, and those two teams will start feuding with each other.
I'd like to see Usos win, but I think they're going to keep Mizdow and Miz, the champs, for a little bit longer. Okay, and then they're going to start this feud between these two, and they're going to go for a belt, and it's going to fall apart, and it could even be against the Dissension.
If the Miz and Damien Mizdow splits up, Jeff, are their match going to be at WrestleMania or the pay-per-view before that?
It could be at WrestleMania. That's what I think they're going to build up to WrestleMania. Or it could be before that, where the Dissension takes it.
It's going to be interesting, to say the least. But
they could do something like, Mizdow finally turns around to Miz and says, "Listen, I've had enough of this stuff. You to defend the title by yourself if you think you're so good." And Miz says,
during these times of the year, Jeff, especially with a gimmick pay-per-view, and usually the storylines are not the best. They try to put whatever's out there just to give the young guys a chance to make a name for themselves before WrestleMania season starts. So that's why I always like the TLC pay-per-view, because who knows, maybe some of these young guys steal the show and maybe they get a main event run or whatever. So is there anything in particular in 2015 that you want to see happen or change in WWE?
First of all, they need more talent. That's first of all. They definitely need more talent. don't know.
You're not sure?
What about you?
For me, personally, I'd just like to see a little bit more character evolution instead of just having storylines off of wrestling matches. I like to know who these guys are, why are they feuding, and why should we care about it? That's my issue. And secondly, I would like to see the commentary team be split off.
They need to get rid of JBL.
Yeah, absolutely.
They need to get rid of JBL. He's terrible.
He's totally atrocious.
He's terrible. I was listening to him on Monday night.
He's the Phil Sims of wrestling commentary.
I was listening to him Monday night, and I was like, that's just disgusting, man.
Yes, it is. Before we head into the next break, this could be an interesting match here. Ryback against Kane, the big guy, against Kane in the chairs match.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that match myself, actually.
They're going to beat the crap out of each other.
Yes, they are. It's going to be great. Two big, huge dudes going at each other. Right? Just
it's kind of interesting that these two are fighting each other coming off those comments that CM Punk said in that podcast. So I don't know if they're doing that in spite of him, but I think this is a good opportunity for Ryback to pick up a victory over an experienced guy like Kane.
Right.
I know a lot of people are not as big Kane fans anymore, but you can't say that he's not a legend. So I think a win against Kane would help Ryback a lot.
I think they need to bring Kane back to Kane and get away from this crap that they're doing with him.
Well,
I'm getting
one thing I will give Kane credit, though, is that he likes to reinvent himself. Sometimes the changes don't work, like this corporate character Kane. Mm-hmm. But at least I accept the fact that he's trying to make himself different from just wearing the vest all the time.
True. But by doing what they're doing with him now, when they put him back to Kane, it doesn't have that much power anymore.
I agree. Who you got winning this match, buddy?
I like Ryback win it.
I'm gonna roll with the big guy too as well. I think it's gonna be a fun match. We got some other interesting matches here on the card. Luke Harper against Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Do they let Dolph Ziggler win? I mean, they've been pushing Ziggler hard pretty much the last month or two, right?
Yeah, what's interesting about this match is it's in Dolph Ziggler's actual hometown of Cleveland, so I think that'd be a perfect place for him to regain the strap. I really don't think that hurts Luke Harper because he's a heel, so just because he has the title doesn't mean he's getting buried or whatever if he loses. So I think Dolph Ziggler wins, but who knows, Jeff? I think this match could steal the show.
So, it's in Cleveland, right? TLC's in Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
So that means Miz is going to win, too.
Now, here's the thing, Jeff. You mentioned about Dolph getting a push or whatever, coming off that Cena Team Authority match. Right. Do you think there's any possibility that Ziggler's in one of the major matches of Mania this year, or he's just going to be defending the IC title?
No, I think he could be in one of the main matches. I mean, they're starting to push him. You could see it. You could see they're starting to push him. They gotta push somebody.
True. It's just because this is the time of the season where you see a lot of the old guys and the part-timers come back. So I'm just trying to see where some of these guys are bounced into the card of WrestleMania, because you got a guy like Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, Triple H.
Well, you could see John Cena trying to help all these guys get over. You can see it, especially with the last match that just happened, the last pay-per-view that just happened. They're trying to get those guys over and be baby faces because they don't have enough baby faces.
Yeah, there's a lot of heels.
There's a lot of heels, so that's why Ryback came back to be a baby face. That's why they're pushing Ryback. That's why they're pushing Ziggler. They want to see what these guys can actually do. I think Ziggler can handle it. I really do.
While they are building up these baby faces, Jeff, do you think this leads to John Cena turning heel if he wants to take on Hulk Hogan?
No, I don't think he's going to. No, I think that's just going to be a match. Two good guys, a dream match that everybody wants to see, too. I don't think they're going to. There's no way that they can have John Cena turn heel. They got to.
You never know, man. He can see that match as a slap to the face to him, but
no,
we'll
I don't think it's going to ever happen. I don't think it's ever going to happen. That's one thing you don't mess with. You just leave John Cena the way he is. He is the flagship of the freaking company. You know that as well as I do.
I do.
You can't turn him as a heel.
Since we are speaking about John Cena, we'll get into this match with him and Seth Rollins before we head to break. This tables match, John Cena, if he loses, he will no longer be the number one contender to the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, see, on Monday night, Rollins and those guys got the best of Cena, right?
Yes.
And if I follow, and if I anything at all, if I've been following wrestling for as long as I follow it, Cena got beat Monday night, that means Cena's going to win the pay-per-view.
I'm glad you brought that up because it's kind of interesting. John Cena's going to be on SmackDown tonight, so who knows? Maybe John Cena gets better at Seth Rollins tonight. I think that's an interesting comparison right there because usually when you do see the babyface get knocked down before a pay-per-view, he always overcomes the odds and that storyline. But do you want to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, or you see something where Randy Orton or Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins the match?
Well, it doesn't matter whether Seth Rollins wins this match or not because he still has the money in the bank. Right? So even if Cena wins that match and goes face Brock Lesnar, and say Brock Lesnar wins, but he's like done at the end of the match, Rollins could come out, give him a curb stop, and boom, it's over. He wins. That's what might happen.
It's very interesting with this Brock Lesnar John Cena thing because there's a lot of people saying that Brock Lesnar is going to leave WWE after WrestleMania. So I think something could work where he loses the title at Royal Rumble and then he takes somebody else at WrestleMania. That if he loses that match, then he quits. So that whole Money in the Bank thing could work if John Cena did beat Brock Lesnar and then Seth Rollins cashed it in on him.
And this is the second pay-per-view that there's no WWE Championship battle, which I think sucks.
I know. You were talking about that on SummerSlam. Remember that?
Yeah, I think that sucks. Hey, we got to run to our final update of the day. Right? No, we're done with breaks, right, Sean?
We're already to the final commercial break now.
Did we do the second update?
No, we didn't.
We didn't do the second update. I didn't think we did. So let's do the second update now. Make it short, Sean. And then we'll do our final break of the day. This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today. I know, ladies, you hate touching the toilet seat. So get yourself a flipper because it attaches to the underside of the toilet seat so you never, ever have to touch the toilet seat to lower it or lift it again at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean, man, with the final update of the day.
NHL hockey. Here are the games. First period, the Kings and the Canadiens scoreless, 0-0, 16 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first period. 0-0 between the Panthers and the Red Wings, first period. 2-1, the Penguins lead after one period of play. The Ducks at the Oilers. That concludes the NHL. In the NBA, there's a bunch of games to get to on this Friday night, and here we go. The Trailblazers and the Bulls, right now that game is on ESPN. The Bulls lead the Trailblazers 37-30 with 8 minutes and 21 seconds left in the second quarter. The Clippers and the Wizards, right now the Wizards have a 30-23 lead. The Magic and the Hawks tied at 10. The Knicks and the Celtics, right now the Knicks lead that game 15-8. The 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets, the game is tied at 6. Pacers at the Raptors. Right now the game is tied at 4. So a lot of these games starting early for the NBA. Other action we get to for tonight, it'll be the Charlotte Hornets at the Memphis Grizzlies, the Oklahoma City Thunder at the Minnesota Timberwolves, Cleveland Cavaliers, the New Orleans Pelicans, Detroit Pistons at the Phoenix Suns, Utah Jazz hosting the Miami Heat, and lastly on ESPN following the Trailblazers and the Bulls, it'll be the Lakers taking on the San Antonio Spurs. In the NFL, the Cardinals prevailed by a score of 12-6 as week number 15 of the NFL is in full swing. And don't forget, tomorrow we have the NFL Real Talk where Jeff, Josh, Frank, and I will be going over the games for week number 15 for more NFL action. This update was brought to you by The Flipper at flipperflipper.com. Let's run to commercial break. More sports talk with Jeff Escow, Josh Lopez, and Sean Mann.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us. And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hey everybody, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wonderful world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
All right, welcome back to the final segment of Sports World Radio. Glad you guys have been hanging out with us through this whole 2-hour show. Sean and I do this every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. in the East, 3 p.m. in the West, and if you're living essential,
figure it out for yourself.
Okay, beat Josh. All right, Josh, so before we went to break, we were talking WWE pay-per-view that's coming up this Sunday, and we just finished talking about the Cena match.
We got one more match, Jeff.
Okay.
I wanted to save this last because it is the TLC match. Bray Wyatt against Dean Ambrose. What's your thoughts on that?
That is going to be an out-and-out brawl.
You think you see blood in this match?
You probably will see some blood in this match. Now, let me ask you a question. Is this match going to go off before Cena's match?
I think so, yeah.
You think this match goes and then Cena's the last match, right?
I think this finishes last because I think the John Cena Seth Rollins thing it's not really that important. They haven't put much effort into it, even though it has closed the Raws over the last couple of weeks.
So
but
what's the main event?
I think it's something where Roman Reigns comes back and he turns heel on Dean Ambrose.
Really?
Yeah. I think Roman Reigns comes in and costs Dean Ambrose the match. So I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt.
Well, okay, so what's the main event? The Wyatt match or the Cena match?
Wyatt.
That's the main. So that's going to be the last match?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I still think Dean Ambrose wins. I don't think Roman Reigns gets involved at all because he's not ready.
He's got to come back sometime soon.
He's not coming back until after the year is out. Won't be back till January.
But one more thing before we head into the Rat Bastards and stuff. Now, as we're heading towards the Royal Rumble, is there any particular things that you want to see happen at WrestleMania this year?
I haven't really thought about it yet. You know, there's a lot of rumblings going on about certain people being at WrestleMania this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Sting, Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Brock Lesnar. That's a lot of people right there. You get all those people in a match, that's a huge WrestleMania.
It's going to be interesting, man. WrestleMania season is always a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to it.
You can even have Triple H wrestling.
Yep.
So you never
There's
know.
a lot. There's talk about him and Sting or him against The Rock.
Well, it depends on what the Undertaker wants to do. If the Undertaker wants to wrestle at WrestleMania, you're gonna get Sting and the Undertaker. If the Undertaker don't want to wrestle at WrestleMania, you can get Sting and Triple H.
I heard something about him against the Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt.
Nah, who wants to see that crap?
I don't know, man.
Everybody and their mother wants to see Sting and the Undertaker. I do. Everybody wants to see that. That's the ultimate match.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But who knows if the Undertaker wants it? Nobody knows. So we'll see what happens. All right, we got to get to our Rat Bastard of the Week, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Rat Bastard of the Week for December 12th, 2014. And Josh, you probably got some good ideas for the Rat Bastard of the Week.
Nominations?
Well, for me, my Rat Bastard of the Week is going to be Sean for blaming the weather for the Patriots losing to the Packers.
Wait a minute! I've been the Rat Bastard of the Week too many times. Are you serious?
Yes.
Sean, you have a nominee?
No, I don't have a nominee.
Really? You don't have a nominee?
No, I don't. I couldn't think of anybody. Jeff, do you have a nominee?
No, I really don't. I haven't been paying attention. Actually, I do have a nominee. I'm going with Adrian Peterson.
Ah, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that's my nominee, Adrian Peterson.
Yeah,
the Rat Bastard.
Yeah, what do you think, Josh? You like that?
Yeah.
You like that, right?
That's better than me.
Yeah, I don't want Sean to be the Rat Bastard. He's had it too many times. I like Adrian. Let's go with Adrian Peterson as the Rat Bastard of the Week.
Bastard, he picks me. Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, we're going with Adrian Peterson, boys and girls. Adrian Peterson is the Rat Bastard of the Week. How about them apples right there? You like those apples? Those are good, tasty apples, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're very
they are.
tasty. They are very tasty and very
Don't you
refreshing.
forget it. Hey, on that note, we're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We had a great time doing it for you like we do each and every Monday through Friday. 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West if you live in the Central.
Figure that out for yourself. Oh, you beat me, Josh.
SportsWorldRadio.com. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable. Peace out, everybody. We will see you tomorrow. Until then, for NFL Real Talk, until then, remember, Sean Mann, Josh Lopez, Jeff Escow here. We will see you tomorrow. Peace
Later.
out, bitches.
Goodbye and peace.
Hey, boys, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next